Good morning, this is Robin Bieber on the Crude SpreadTalk on the 17th of June at 7:45 in the morning London time. As a general overview, structure looks like it's going to firm. There are one or two little exceptions, but on balance, both Brent and WTI's structure looks steady. And if we look at Aug Sep Brent first, it's broken back above the short-term moving averages, suggesting a move back to flirt with backwardation and the plus 14 area. For this view to be valid, it must stay above the minus 19 level, the 13-day moving average, and must not close back below the 8-day moving average around minus 23. The stochastic has flipped positive, suggesting upside, and the hourly chart also has flipped positive, and although it's wobbling a little bit, it should firm during the course of the London morning and into the afternoon. Now the SAP-OX spread is similar. It looks like it's going to rally up to around minus 10, minus 8. Its stochastic has just flipped positive. It's in good shape whilst above the congested short-term moving average, moving averages between minus 24 and minus 25. The hourly chart on the SEPOC is looking like a little bit too much too soon, so don't be surprised by the odd dip. And moving on to the back end Brent, the DEC June, if it can get over 164, it's printing minus 162. If it can get over minus 164, it looks like it's heading back to minus 141. It's still got a negative stochastic, which is worrying, but if you look at the left-hand chart here, the hourly chart, it's looking like it's flagging that this correction we saw from the highs of yesterday back to the lows of early today, it looks as if that correction lower is over and we're going to push higher. The DEC Red DEC Brent, whilst it stays over minus 281, it has a target back to minus 232. It's still got a negative stochastic, but if we look at the hourly chart over on the left here, it looks, although it's premature yet, as if it's flagging a move to the upside. It must stay above minus 281 and consolidate and in order to push higher to this 232 level. This WTI structure is struggling a little bit. It's still got a negative stochastic. It's in amongst its short-term moving averages between minus 25 and minus 27. It's printing minus 27. It must not move and close below minus 32, otherwise it fails. It must move over the minus 25 level to have some upside, and then the upside seems to be a little bit limited. The hourly chart here is slightly worrying in that it's failing to penetrate higher, and it looks like it's going to push lower during the London morning. The Aug Sep is trying to break above the minus 26 area. Between minus 23 and minus 26, it's got the short-term moving averages. If it can stay over minus 23, there's a little bit of upside, but I'm not convinced that it's going to really punch higher. It's got a recent high to be looking at around minus 19, and only a move and close over minus 19 would suggest serious upside. Its stochastic hasn't quite turned positive yet, but it's trying to. And the 60-minute chart is not flagging anything other than a little bit of confusion between 23 and 21. And as I say, the upside on both these looks somewhat limited. Now, if we go to the back end of TI, the DEC June, it needs to move and close over the 8-day moving average at minus $1 to have some upside to around between minus 80 and minus 60. It's still got a negative stochastic, but the hourly chart on the left here is suggesting that the dip that we've seen back from yesterday's highs is over and we should push higher. This would be confirmed by a move over the dollar level. And the DEC Red DEC on TI, still some resistance from the 8-day moving average at minus 188 and then the CP at minus 176. It needs to really move over minus 176 to be pushing higher to around minus 130. It's still got a negative stochastic, but the hourly chart over here on the left is suggesting the dip back from yesterday's highs is over and we should push on higher and at least test minus 176. That's all for today, folks. Good luck, good trading, and bon appetit.